Well, it's not good morning, it's good afternoon. I'll be putting this on tonight, so you'll be watching this tomorrow, tonight. I had a funny one yesterday. I went to my yearly checkup, and I was quite shocked when the doctor or nurse, I think it was a doctor. Well, I know it was actually. I know because of what I did. Um, she, they always start off by just listing, what's the problem. Always not a problem at all, but what was a problem. And she said something completely different to this time. And the word she said, took it to be something that was quite shocking. And I went, "Oh, that's not true." She said, "Well, you've got it on your records here." And she said, "Yeah, it was." You said your first diagnosis was in 2007, and this one was added in 2010. And I go, well, and I thought, well, it's got to be something. I don't agree with that. What you're saying it is, and I didn't. She didn't really explain it very well because I did get the wrong end of the stick. It was. I don't want to go into detail too much here. You say, well, why are you talking then, you prat? You got a point. But if I say I've got the code here, it's E2122. That's the code that is on my records, because I asked if I could see my records because I wanted to get to the bottom of this. I didn't want to have it, this thing put down on my record and it'd be there forever, if it wasn't mine. Anyway, I've looked more into it today, and it's actually it probably is right. And I can remember in 2010. I can remember the incident, well, not the incident, seeing the doctor and explaining things and talking. But it's interesting because this code number is E2122. Um, Basically means that I've got a checkup every year where I have my blood taken, my weight. I have, this year they didn't do a urine sample, but they normally do a urine sample. It's a full body check, and I have it every year. What? You pay a lot of money at Bupa for that. So yeah, so it's been. I've been looking through all different things on the internet today to see what it was, but so I've got two diagnoses. I've got to wait there. I've got to do. I've got to put my glasses on as well. One is I'm not going to give the names because names I don't like the names. I don't agree with this, a lot of it anyway. I think you know you know yeah, no, I'm not 100% on board with what they say. I understand that, I'm going to go. They sort of force me to go. Basically, they keep sending letter after letter, and I'd imagine that would have a knock on the door if I didn't go. I think they have to cover their back, but there's no need to. I'm perfectly safe for me and them and everybody else. But I see it all the sort of the reason why I have the reason why I do these, and it's linked to it, I think. And the reason why I have the chapel and I want to recreate the Wonder Years again, and the danger of it. They did actually have it in my records about that, that it was I was trying to reproduce it again. It was a danger, but I'm doing it differently this time. They've also got my death date written down on my records that I'd given them a death date. They'd actually got it right the first, and then somebody filled in a little bit later on and got it down. So they put me down 2 years younger, but naughty people, I got it wrong. And that's sort of linked, actually, thinking that sort of thought process is linked to the Eve 2122. But I actually I don't think it is. I think I'm kidding myself, but I'm stupid enough to be able to do that. I can fool myself. We do it all the time. We fool ourselves all the time. We have opinions that aren't true, and we 100% believe they are. That's where it's linked to that thing, that a very important thing where it's linked to this, I think, where people come into the shop and the tallest person, they say, mind your head, because there's a sign saying, please mind your head. They might be only 5'5", but because they're tall to the family. I know that doesn't make sense, and maybe in your eyes not a very good link, but that is the assumption. It's the assumption of what we are and how we think, and that's connected, I think. Anyway, so yes, that's why I've been looking at that today. I can't remember anything. Oh, I had to take a test as well for my memory. Luckily, my records have already been updated straight away, so the test is actually on the records. So I had to say what day it was, what year it was. Then they gave me then a name and an address, and then I had to count down from 20 to 0, and I had to do the months of the year to from December downwards, and I did actually get borderline. I don't think it's that though. I think it's me not being able to remember. If I have to write a word down, I have to look at each letter when I write it down. Write it down. Can't remember more than one at a time. So I think it's not that. But yeah, I could only remember. There was 5 points of the address, and I could remember 2, because they give you at the start, and then they ask at the end, and they tell you they're going to do it, and I could only remember 2 of the 5 points, and I got the days of the months of the year wrong as well. I stumbled on those, so I'm not worried about that at all. It was interesting though, because Ben did actually, when he moved back home again, he did say, "Dad, I do notice that you do forget a lot of things, and you sometimes mumble along about things that don't really make sense." But again, interestingly, is linked to E2122. So this morning, yesterday, I was in a real downer because I thought that they diagnosed me wrong, and it's never come up before. But she listed, instead of just saying the top one, she listed all of them. And I said, I don't know if that's true, but I'm actually thinking that they might be right, mildly, and and it doesn't affect. And like in a lot of things, that I see them as being a real benefit. There's a wasp in here and a bee. Hello, Mr. B. A real positive to the way that I'm doing things, and if I hadn't have been in such a mess in 2007, I'd have never. None of this would have been. I'd have just been, normal. Just that I made that. I had to go in 2007. I don't know if I was chasing people up the street, screaming at them and getting right up their faces. It wasn't pleasant. So anyway, there we go. That's what I'm touching base with. Now, what's nice is that, and this is again linked to this. Now, I don't think one of you could probably watch. I think I'm getting one view that isn't me or YouTube, and that's all right. That's part of it actually. This is part of the, and again, it's linked to E2122. It is that link to that I believe it's part of the journey. It's part of the magic. Although I don't believe in magic at all. That's one thing they said about this what is it? This disorder. Is that the people have very strong beliefs in sort of the supernatural, and they also have very strong beliefs in conspiracy theories. I have the exact opposite. I don't believe in it at all, with 100% clarity. That possibly might be just as the other side of the coin, but I believe in other things. But anyway, there we go. Conceited as it is, but like I said, luckily, it's not. Hello, Mr. B. It's not a lot of people seeing this anyway. So this will be in the ether, and just an interesting little footnote on the 15th of March, 2066. So, I am waffling now, and it's time to say goodbye.